This China travel tip is about culture shock. When you go to China, you're going to have lots of new experiences. There's going to be lots of different sights and sounds. The people are going to look different. The food is going to be different. Heck, even the toilets are going to be different. And this is a big part of why you go to China, of course. This is part of the experience and maybe what you're looking for. But if you're not used to these things, it can become a bit much, and you may find yourself just not enjoying yourself as much as you could if you feel overloaded with the Chinese culture. So, I've got a few tips on things you can do to help you to cope with that so that you can make the most out of your time in China. So one of the first tips is to do some research before you go. And look, you're watching this video, so obviously you're doing that, so good on you. If you do some research beforehand, you'll have a better idea of what to expect, and so it won't come as such a surprise to you. Another tip is about mindset while you're in China. Look, just don't expect things to be the same and be done the same way as you're used to them in your home country. There's a lot of things that are just going to be done differently. And as the saying goes, when in Rome, you're going to need to do as the Romans. So treat it as a learning experience, an opportunity to learn about the different ways of doing things in the country, and keep a good sense of humor about you as well. You know, some of the things you'll like, and some of them might seem really strange and you may not enjoy. But if you have a good sense of humor, you can just have a laugh about some of the unusual things that happen to you. And you can learn to either avoid them or to get used to them over time. The last tip is, if you're really having a hard time with so much of the culture, being bombarded with so much of it all at once, is take a break from it. It's a lot to take in, and if you take a break, you're going to be able to come back refreshed and ready to enjoy it again. So how can you take a break from Chinese culture when you're in China? Well, it's really just a matter of finding some things that are familiar and comfortable for you. It could be going and eating some familiar food. There are lots of Western fast food restaurants in China. Some of them the food's a little bit different, but some of it's very similar to what you'd be used to. And that can just give you a little break. It could be something like going to a movie or watching a DVD, where it doesn't really matter what country you're in, it's going to be a very similar experience. Or even just getting a good night's sleep, so you can take a rest and be ready to enjoy the Chinese culture again when you get back into it.